A very good evening, dear students. You had your English exam a couple of days back. Hope it went very well and you all are safe as well. So, let me now continue with our second worksheet, that is hydrocarbons. Almost complete ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ. I think last session we discussed alkanes and alkenes completely, and I remember making a beginning with alkynes. So, we had checked out the synopsis part of the nomenclature, methods of preparation, and physical properties of alkynes. Now, let me start today with chemical properties. Chemical properties of alkynes. One very important chemical property of alkyne is that it is acidic in nature. It is acidic in nature. What shows that alkynes are acidic in nature is this reaction. Check this out. With sodium metal, it liberates hydrogen. Sodium in liquid ammonia, it liberates hydrogen. This is a reaction characteristic of acids. So alkynes are not great acids, tumba strong acids alla, but still when compared to other organic compounds like alkenes and alkanes, alkynes are much better. Alkynes are stronger than even alkenes and alkanes. Now the main reason for this is the sp hybridized carbon atom. What has sp hybridized carbon atom got to do with acid nature? Acid nature gu sp hybridization gu yen sambandha? As you can see, sp hybridized carbon atom has 50% s character. 50% s character irutte. Whereas in alkenes and alkanes, where you find sp2 and sp3, the percentage s character decreases, right? And as s character increases, acid nature increases, because s character stabilizes the carbon ion. So if an alkyne loses a proton, the corresponding carbon ion formed R C triple bond C minus, this is stabilized because the carbon is sp hybridized. And it shows several other important reactions. Check this out. With cuprous chloride, it gives a red ppt. With silver nitrate, ammoniacal silver nitrate, or what you call Tollens reagent, it gives a white ppt. And it also reacts with Grignard reagent. Okay, so this is one very important reaction. You get you get a few questions in entrance exam as well. But please remember, for an alkyne to react with any of these reagents, hydrogen atom, the main condition is, I read the main condition. The main condition barkoli. The main condition is hydrogen atom must be attached to sp hybridized carbon atom. To sp carbon atom. That's the primary condition. So if hydrogen atom is not attached to sp hybridized carbon atom, sp hybridized carbon atom ge hydrogen atom attach agilla andre, it will not show any of these reactions. Nenpitಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Which means an alkyne like just a second. Calibrate ಆಗಬೇಕಾ? Yeah, an alkyne like ethine shows all these reactions. An alkyne like propine, CH3, C triple bond CH, also shows this reaction. But an alkyne like butene, butene, CH3C triple bond C CH3 will not show these reactions. Why? Because carbon atom, sp hybridized carbon atom, is not having any hydrogen. So this is an important section here. Okay. Yes. Now I'll go to the next slide. So the big takeaway from this is alkynes which contain hydrogen atom attached to sp carbon will show these reactions. Next, we have addition reactions of alkynes. Typical addition reactions of alkynes. Just like alkenes, alkynes also show addition reaction. The only difference is alkynes have one pi bond extra. Alkynes are one extra pi bond irutte when compared to alkenes. Alkenes alli one pi bond irutte. In alkynes there are two pi bonds. Hence they add on substances 1 equivalent or 1 mole more. 1 equivalent or 1 mole extra is added on by alkyne when compared to alkene. As you can see, with halogen, it gives first a dihalo compound and then a tetrahalo compound. Okay, this is tetrahalo compound. Tetrahalo compound. Similarly, it adds on HX to first give you this compound, and then HX adds on to double bond just in accordance to Markovnikov's rule, just like the way HX adds on to any other double bond. Okay, it's unsymmetrical alkene. So HX adds on in accordance to Markovnikov's rule. This is Markovnikov's addition. Markovnikov's addition. Yes. And it also adds on water in presence of acid and mercuric ions to first give an enol. This is called enol. Try writing as much as possible. ಎಷ್ಟಾಗುತ್ತೋ ಅಷ್ಟು ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Enol then tautomerizes to give you aldehyde or ketone. Okay, so this is another method of preparation of aldehyde or ketone. Then upon catalytic hydrogenation, it can give you alkene and alkane. These two reactions we have already studied under alkenes. In presence of Lindlar's catalyst, alkene, whereas in case of Birch reduction, you get transalkene. This part is very important. This is very, very important. It was asked in CET 2019 and CET 2018. In 1 year, it was Lindlar's catalyst asked. In the other paper, it was Birch reduction asked. So important. Mark ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಇದನ್ನ. Okay. Yes. Next. Alkynes also undergo polymerization reactions. Polymerization andre single unit adds on to other units to form a long chain. That's polymerization. So ethine upon polymerization gives you polyethine. Similarly, if ethine is heated in red hot iron tube, it undergoes polymerization, also undergoes cyclization. Both takes place. See, 3 ethine molecules join and they form a cyclic system, and that cyclic system is benzene. This is one of the ways you can convert ethine to benzene. This is ethine to benzene. Yes, two simple reactions. These are some important points related to alkynes. Iga idu related questions ನೋಡೋಣ. We'll check out the questions. Yes. Question number 19. Acetylene is liberated by the hydrolysis of. So we have checked this out. Acetylene is liberated by the hydrolysis of calcium carbide. Calcium carbide upon hydrolysis gives you acetylene C2H2, and you get calcium hydroxide as the other byproduct. So C2H2 is the answer straight away. Direct. Option B is the answer. Okay. Then question number 20. Compound X and Y respectively are. Here you can see a reaction. All of you can see a reaction here in which a reactant reacts with bromine in CCl4 to give compound X, which in turn reacts with sodamide. This is called sodamide. Sodamide. It's a very powerful base. I told this to you last class. That gives you compound Y. You have to identify which is compound X here, which is compound Y. So let's try to figure it out. Let me now give you a general reaction. Your focus should not be on the compound. You should not get worried by the structure of the entire compound, but just focus on the double bond. Double bond male focus madi, because we know alkene, okay, an unsaturated compound reacts with bromine, adds on bromine to give you dibromo compound. One bromine goes to one carbon, the other bromine goes to the next carbon. See this? You get a dibromo compound, 1,2 dibromo compound. Now keep this in mind. E reaction na mantal itkondo check out what is product X. Let me write that here. You have a ring, a hexagon, a cyclohexane ring. To that is attached one carbon with a double bond like this. Okay. Don't worry about the structure. Just follow the general reaction. What happens whenever bromine adds on to an alkene? See how we have got the products here. Bromine gets added on to both the carbon atoms of the double bond. So how do we write it? ಹೇಗೆ ಬರಿಬೇಕು ಇದನ್ನ? See, hexagon as it is, ಅಲ್ಲೇನು change ಇಲ್ಲ. Please observe. Then these are the two carbon atoms with double bond. So both gets bromine linked. Bromine gets attached. Yes. Okay. Now ನೆನ್ಪಿಟ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, there will also be hydrogen atoms here. Hydrogen, one more hydrogen here, hydrogen here as well. Okay. Yes. Now this is made to react with sodamide, NaNH2, very powerful base. So NaNH2 can pick up or remove 2 moles of HBr gone, minus 2 moles HBr removed. Okay. When 1 mole of HBr is removed, I'll show it to you in a much simpler way so that you can get to know how bromine gets removed. Bromine, hydrogen, hydrogen. I just interchanged it. Okay. 1 mole HBr removed. When 1 mole of HBr removed, you get 1 pi bond. Carbon, 1 pi bond. Okay. Now, second mole of HBr removed. Observe it. Second mole of HBr removed, you get 1 more pi bond. So it is carbon-carbon triple bond, CH here as it is. 1 H will always be there. So this is the product formed. So this must be our compound X and this must be our compound Y. Now see which option matches this. In which option we get this as X and Y? I think it is option A. In option A, you have these two products obtained as X and Y. This is X and this is Y. Yes. Option A is the correct option. We'll mark option A as the correct one. Yes. That was question number 20. Hope all of you understood this. Mark it as an important question. One question alli nimge ಎರಡು reaction ಕಲ್ತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋ ಅವಕಾಶ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. You get an opportunity to study 2 reactions in one single question. So mark it as an important question. Okay. So hope all of you have written it down. Written down the entire reaction. Now let me move on to the next question. Question number 21. Which is the most suitable reagent among the following to distinguish compound 3? Compound 3. Here, which is compound 3? This is compound 3. You have to distinguish compound 3 from the rest of them, rest of the compounds. How do we distinguish it? Which reagent is the best reagent? The best reagent for that is option D. Ammoniacal silver nitrate, or what you call Tollens reagent. Okay. Now, why is that? Why is butene can be distinguished from the rest of the compounds using Tollens reagent? ನಾನು ಆಗಲೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆ, remember? Butene is CH3, CH2, C, triple bond CH. This is butene. Please see here in butene or just butene. Here a hydrogen atom is attached to sp hybridized carbon atom. See, these are sp hybridized carbon atom. The ones which I am indicating by red is an sp hybridized carbon atom, and you have a hydrogen attached to sp hybridized carbon atom. This hydrogen is important, crucial. If this hydrogen is present, then it will react with Tollens reagent. This reacts with Tollens reagent. Reacts with ammoniacal silver nitrate. Whereas, take for example butene. This is butene, CH3, C, triple bond C, CH3. Okay. Butene. Yes, here also there are sp hybridized carbon atom. Observe ಮಾಡಿ careful ಆಗಿ. The carbon atoms involved in triple bond are sp hybridized carbon atom, but no hydrogen is attached to it. No hydrogen attached. No hydrogen atom attached. Hence, butene is not the one which reacts with ammoniacal silver nitrate. It's only butanine. But butane and propene, this is an alkane, this is an alkane, and this is an alkene. So alkanes and alkenes are not acidic enough to react with Tollens reagent. Alkenes won't react with Tollens reagent. Okay, alkanes and alkenes, alkanes and alkenes. Please write all these points. ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆನೇ ಬರ್ಕೋಬೇಕು. Alkanes and alkenes, no reaction. No reaction here. Okay, that's the analysis for question number 21. So the correct answer is option D. Okay, now coming to question number 22. Which of the following reactions, there are 4 options here, 4 reactions here. Which of the following reactions will yield 2,2 dibromopropane? Which of this will yield 2,2 dibromopropane? First, let me write the structure of 2,2 dibromopropane. This is a structure. Propane 1, 2, 3, 2,2. So both bromine atoms are on the same carbon atom, which is second carbon atom. Yes, correct. This is the compound we want. ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ವಿಚ್ ಆಫ್ ದೀಸ್ 4 ಆಪ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಗಿವ್ ಅಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಗೋ ಆಪ್ಷನ್ ಬೈ ಆಪ್ಷನ್. ವಿಲ್ ಚೆಕ್ ಇಟ್ ಔಟ್ these options one by one. First, option A, propene plus HBr. I'll write option A here. Propene plus HBr, CH3, CH, double bond CH2 plus HBr. So we all know the reactions of alkenes. Alkenes reactions tilkondidivi navu, and we know that this is Markovnikov addition. H goes to first carbon and Br goes to the second carbon. So you get CH3, CH, Br, CH3. Only one bromine atom adds on. Here you get 2 bromopropane. But namak bekagirodu adalla. What do we want? We want 2,2 dibromopropane. This is the compound we want. So option A is wrong, ruled out. We'll check out option B. In option B, you have an alkyne, propine, adding on 2 moles of HBr. 2 moles of HBr. They will check it. CH3, C triple bond, C plus 2 moles here. Let's see how 2 moles of HBr can add on. First, we'll add 1 mole HBr to it. First 1 mole add marna. Then we'll add 2 moles, okay? Yes. So if you add 1 mole of HBr to this, you know what you end up getting? You get carbon, carbon here. Triple bond becomes double bond. Please notice it. Triple bond becomes double bond, and this carbon will get H. This carbon will get Br. Ilbantu. Correct. So we got bromoalkene. What we have got is bromoalkene, right? Now this will add 1 more mole of HBr. Second mole of HBr now. Second mole of HBr. Now second mole of HBr also adds on according to Markovnikov's rule. In accordance to Markovnikov's rule, where hydrogen goes to the first carbon. See how I write it? Carbon, carbon here. Double bond now becomes single bond. Please notice this change. Triple bond, double bond agate after addition of 1 mole HBr. Double bond will become, see how I write it? Carbon, carbon here. Double bond now becomes single bond. Please notice this change. Triple bond, double bond agate after addition of 1 mole HBr. Double bond will become single bond after addition of second mole of HBr. So here you have a single bond formed, and hydrogen goes to first carbon. See, first carbon already had 1 hydrogen. 1 hydrogen modle ittu. Now comes the second hydrogen. It becomes CH2. Yes. Okay. Here there was 1 hydrogen here. Now it is CH2, and now it is CH3. See, hydrogen keeps on increasing. As and when you add HBr, 1 becomes 2, 2 becomes 3. Now where will bromine go? Bromine will come here. Remember, there was already 1 bromine atom. There was already 1 bromine atom. So now we have 2 bromine atoms present here. So this is CH3C, CH3Br. Okay. So 2,2 dibromopropane. This is the compound we wanted. This is the compound we wanted. Hence, the correct option is option B. Option B is our correct option. Yes, we got the correct answer here. Question number 22. David Tubercoli, this reaction is important. Please copy down this reaction. That's the solution. This reaction, that's the solution for it. Write the product when you get 1 mole HBr, then write the product when you get 2 moles HBr. Okay? Yes. That is question number 22. Now let me go to the next one. Question number 24. Let me see if there is a question missing. No. I think this is a mistake in numbering. Anyway, question number 24. Propine, when passed through hot iron tube, propine is passed through hot iron tube at 400 degrees Celsius, produces which of this? This is slightly difficult question, but let me tell you the background for this question. What is the background for this question? In the synopsis part, we all discussed this part, reaction, right? Acetylene, C triple bond C, 3 moles of acetylene. 3 moles of acetylene, when made to react or when heated in red hot iron tube at 400 degrees Celsius, iron tube and 400 degrees Celsius, you know what did it give rise to? It gave benzene. It gives you benzene. So what must be happening? Check this. Check Madi. They polymerize and at the same time cyclize. See? This comes here, this comes here, this goes here. Accordingly, you get these new bonds. These are new bonds. This is benzene. Triple bond becomes double bond because they're undergoing addition reactions. Triple bond becomes double bond. Yes? Okay. But here, what is given to us is not ethane. Ethane alla kottirodu question alli. In the question, you ask propine. So, how will you get propine? Very easy. To each of these ethane molecules, add one more methyl group. Ashte. See, I'm adding one more methyl group. CH3. That makes it propine. And here also I'm adding one more methyl group. CH3. And something like that here. CH3. So if you are adding CH3 to these carbons, you should add those CH3s to these carbons as well. CH3, CH3 and CH3. Ashte. Very simple. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಗೆ ನೀವು ಕಾರ್ಬನ್ ಆಟಮ್ಸ್ಗೆ CH3 ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಿ ಅದೇ ತರ to benzene also you should add CH3. This is the compound you get. Now what is this compound? This is trimethyl benzene. Trimethyl benzene. So I think here option D is the correct answer. Trimethyl benzene. So mark it as an important question. Careful agi observe ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Okay? Hope you all understood this. That was a question on propine trimerizing to give you trimethyl benzene. Good. I think these are all questions related to alkynes. Now let's see if there is one more question related to alkynes, or we'll move on to our next and the last section in this chapter, that will be aromatic hydrocarbons. Okay? Yeah, please note down this reaction, all of you. Fine. Yes. We have no more questions on alkynes. We are now looking at aromatic hydrocarbons. Aromatic hydrocarbons, you all know, are those compounds which have this characteristic stability, unusually high stability, very high stability, because of this phenomenon called aromaticity. All aromatic compounds have very high stability because of this phenomenon called aromaticity. Aromaticity. Okay? Now, what is this phenomenon of aromaticity? Aromaticity is very simple. Please understand. A compound is said to be aromatic if it satisfies these conditions. It must be cyclic conjugated system. Cyclic conjugated. Then second condition, the compound must be planar. Okay. Third and the most important, the system must have 4n plus 2 pi electrons. 4n plus 2 pi electrons. And this particular condition is famously called the Huckel's rule. Huckel's rule. Okay? Yes. If these conditions are satisfied, then the compound is aromatic. The best example for aromatic and the simplest example is benzene. Benzene is aromatic. Benzene is the simplest member of this family of compounds. Okay? And all other compounds are considered to be derivatives of benzene. Okay. So how do we name these compounds? These compounds are named as derivatives of benzene. Benzene itself is adopted IUPAC name. Okay. And the position of the substituent numbered. See, this is position 1. This will be 2. This will be 3, 4, 5, and 6. That's how they are numbered. Okay. Yes. So this becomes 6th position. This is the 5th position, 3rd position, and the 4th position. Yes. That's about nomenclature as well as aromaticity. Next. Structure of benzene. In particular, among all aromatic compounds, benzene is the first member, and the structure of benzene is very, very important. Okay. Structure of benzene is explained both by resonance theory as well as molecular orbital theory. So, benzene is a molecule which shows resonance, and resonance is a highly stabilizing factor. At the same time, you have all carbon atoms in benzene which are sp2 hybridized. sp2 hybridized carbon atom. sp2 hybridized. Because of which, each carbon atom will have an unhybridized p orbital. This is unhybridized p orbital. Unhybridized. So all these p orbitals overlap laterally to give you a pi electron cloud. A pi electron cloud. Okay. That's why benzene is an electron rich system. Benzene is electron rich system. Okay. Yes. That's about structure. These are all resonance structures of benzene, also called Kekulé structures. These are called Kekulé structures. Okay. And the resonance hybrid, the actual structure of benzene is depicted this way. Yes, we all know this. Okay. Next, we shall move on. Yeah, this is what I was telling you, aromaticity. These are the 3 conditions. Nagle ಹೇಳಿದಂಗೆ plenarity, complete delocalization of pi electrons, that is conjugation, cyclic conjugation, and then presence of 4n plus 2 pi electrons or Huckel rule. Please check in benzene, cyclopentadienyl anion and cycloheptatrienol anion. In all these 3 ions, all the conditions are satisfied. They are planar. There is delocalization or conjugation, and all of them have 4n plus 2 pi electrons. So here benzene has 6 pi electrons. 6 pi electrons. Cyclopentadienyl also has 6 pi electrons. Remember, this also must be included. This also is a pair of electron in p orbital. Adunu serisbeku. Okay. And cycloheptatrienol also has 6 pi electrons. So all these follow Huckel rule. In naphthalene, see how many electron pairs? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 into 2, 10 pi electrons. 10 pi electrons. So 10 pi electrons is obtained when you take n is equal to 2. If n is equal to 2, then 4n plus 2 will be equal to 10. Yes, this satisfies Huckel's rule. This also satisfies Huckel's rule. So likewise, you can recognize aromatic systems. Very easy. Very easy. Okay. Yeah, you all have noted this down as well. Next. Methods of preparation. What are the methods by which benzene can be prepared? One method we have already seen in alkynes. This is a repetitive method. Cyclic polymerization of ethane gives you benzene. Okay. Then 2, decarboxylation of aromatic acids. Decarboxylation. Decarboxylation means removal of carbon dioxide, and that can be achieved by this reagent, sodium hydroxide in calcium oxide. Okay. This is called decarboxylating agent. That's when you get benzene. And then distillation, reduction. Phenol upon reduction. Reduction. Gives benzene. Reduction with zinc dust gives benzene. So these are methods of preparation of benzene. Next, physical properties. Benzene is also hydrophobic, that is, it is immiscible with water, but is soluble in organic solvents. And most of them are colorless liquids and solids with a characteristic smell or aroma. And boiling points of these aromatic compounds increases with increase in molecular size. This is something which is similar to all other hydrocarbons. Okay. Yes, that's physical properties. Next, chemical properties. Benzene and many other aromatic hydrocarbons typically undergo one very important type of reaction, that is electrophilic substitution reaction. Very important. Dear students, please make a note of it. Aromatic compounds show electrophilic substitution reaction. Now, the first question that comes to your mind is, benzene has 3 double bonds, yet it undergoes substitution and not addition. See, benzene does not undergo addition. Benzene does not undergo addition reaction. Addition reaction. Okay. Because if it undergoes addition reaction, it will lose its aromaticity. It loses its stability. Therefore, benzene undergoes substitution. And what kind of substitution? Electrophilic substitution. Why benzene undergoes electrophilic substitution? Benzene is electron rich system. Benzene electron rich. And therefore attracts electrophile. Electrophiles andre no? They are electron deficient and seek electron rich system. Benzene is electron rich, hence it shows electrophilic substitution reactions. And electrophilic substitution reactions take place in 3 steps. Step 1, electrophile is generated. Step 2, electrophile attacks the benzene ring. Step 3, proton is lost. That's how all electrophilic substitution reactions take place. Okay, next. Now let us look at some examples of electrophilic substitution reactions. Yes, these are all some common examples. First one is chlorination. Chlorination or halogenation in general. You get chlorobenzene. Next reaction is nitration, where you treat benzene with concentrated nitric acid and sulfuric acid. This is nitration. Next is sulfonation, when benzene is treated with concentrated sulfuric acid only. Okay. And then you know these two very important reactions: Friedel-Crafts alkylation, Friedel-Crafts acylation. And then one more reaction called Gattermann-Koch reaction. Okay, this you study in second year. This is in second year. These are some of the prominent chemical reactions of benzene. Remember, in all these reactions, please note what the electrophiles are. In chlorination, electrophile is chloronium ion. In nitration, it is nitronium ion. In sulfonation, it is sulfur trioxide. In alkylation, it is carbocation. In acylation, it is acylium ion. Acylium ion. Okay. Yes, that's about chemical properties of aromatic hydrocarbons. Okay. So apart from this, there are other reactions of benzene as well. Like any other organic compound, benzene also undergoes combustion, producing carbon dioxide, water, plus enormous amounts of heat. It's exothermic. Okay. Benzene can add on hydrogen, can undergo hydrogenation to give you cyclohexane. And then benzene can add on chlorine. In presence of sunlight, it can add on 6 chlorine atoms to give you a very important insecticide called benzene hexachloride. This is a very important insecticide, benzene hexachloride. Okay. Yes, these are all chemical properties of benzene. Now let's take up questions, multiple choice questions. Sorry. Question number 25. Question number 25. When benzoic acid is made to react with soda lime. So this is benzoic acid. Benzene ring with a carboxylic acid group, benzoic acid, made to react with soda lime. What is soda lime? Soda lime is this combination of 2 reagents, sodium hydroxide and calcium oxide. This combination is called soda lime. Sodium hydroxide and calcium oxide is called soda lime. Now, what is soda lime known for? It is known as a decarboxylating agent. Decarboxylating, which means it removes carbon dioxide. Removes Carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide gets removed here. But because conditions are alkaline, that carbon dioxide is actually obtained as carbonate because conditions are basic. Now, what remains here? Benzene. Benzoic acid is converted straight away to benzene. Yes. So, our correct answer for this question should be benzene, which is option C. Yeah, important. Option C. Good. Okay. Question number 26. Four compounds there. In these four compounds, you have to find out which is aromatic. Which one of it is aromatic? Yes. Let's apply those three conditions. First, the species must be planar. Yes. I think all the options are planar here. Second, there must be continuous availability of p orbitals or cyclic conjugation. No, no. Let me slightly highlight this because it's not clearly visible. This is positive charge. Positive charge. This is negative charge. Okay. Yes. Now let us check it out. In which case you have continuous availability of p orbitals. In A it is there, in B it is there, even in C continuous availability of p orbitals. But look at option D. In option D, conjugation is discontinued. Discontinuous, not continuous. So remember, for a compound to be aromatic, you must have a continuous availability of p orbitals, conjugated system. So D is ruled out. Next, we'll see which of these compounds satisfies Huckel's rule. Huckel's rule is 4n plus 2 pi electrons. Option A nodi. How many pi electrons? 2 plus 2, 4. 4 pi electrons. Yes. Huckel's rule not satisfied. Huckel's rule not satisfied. 4 pi electrons. Because what is Huckel's rule? Huckel's rule is 4n plus 2 pi electrons. So 4 idre sakagala. Now look at option B. 2, 4. You should also count this. 6. Yes, there are 6 pi electrons. Therefore, Huckel's rule is satisfied. Hence, this becomes the correct answer. This is the correct answer. Aromatic compound. Option B. In fact, it's an ion. Cyclopentadienyl anion. Cyclopentadienyl anion. That's why it is aromatic. Hope you've understood. ಇನ್ನೊಂದ್ಸತಿ explain ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. Careful ಆಗಿ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. See, for a compound to be aromatic, it should satisfy three conditions. First, it must be planar. The compound must be planar. Yes. The given compound option B is planar. Then it must be a cyclic conjugated system. Cyclic conjugated system. Yes. See, there is continuous availability of p orbitals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all 5 p orbitals. So yes, cyclic conjugate system. And it must satisfy Huckel's rule. Huckel's rule also satisfied. That's why option B is the answer. Okay. That was question number 26. Now we'll move on to question number 27. Aromatic compounds readily undergo which category of reaction? Aromatic compounds readily undergo. We have already discussed this. Aromatic compounds are known to show substitution reactions, not addition. Substitution. What kind of substitution? Electrophilic substitution. Because benzene represents electron-rich system. So option B is the correct answer straight away. Easy. Question number 28. Okay. The major products X and Y formed during following reactions respectively are, see, the given compound is toluene, and in one case you treat it with chlorine in presence of FeCl3. In the other case you treat it with chlorine in presence of sunlight. Now what difference does it make? In ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ ಇದೆ ಇದರಲ್ಲಿ. First, if you treat toluene with chlorine in presence of sunlight, you have free radical reaction taking place. So toluene, okay, when made to react with chlorine in presence of sunlight, you have a free radical reaction taking place wherein substitution takes place in the side chain. Side channel substitution ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, CH2Cl. You get benzyl chloride. This is benzyl chloride. Okay. So this must be therefore our compound X. This must be our compound X. Now if the same toluene is made to react with same chlorine, but this time in presence of FeCl3, Lewis acid, you will have substitution at the ring. Benzene ring substitution ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, CH3. And at what position? Major product is para. You also get an ortho substitution. Orthochlorotoluene is also obtained, CH3 and Cl. You also get ortho substitution product. Okay, so this must be our product Y. But here you're asked major product, therefore leave this out, take only para. This is major product, major. Okay, now let's check out the options. Compound X and Y respectively are, X and Y respectively are, X is benzyl chloride, benzyl chloride, benzyl chloride in both option A and option D. But what is Y? Y must be parachlorotoluene. See, in option A you have parachlorotoluene, in option D you have metachloro. Metachloro is wrong, whereas parachloro is right. Hence option A is the correct answer. Option A therefore becomes the correct answer. You get benzyl chloride and metachlorotoluene. Okay, now we are into question number 29. In the Friedel-Crafts synthesis of toluene, reactants in addition to anhydrous AlCl3R. It's a Friedel-Crafts reaction. Friedel-Crafts reaction where you prepare toluene. Reactants in addition to anhydrous AlCl3R. These are the reactants required for a Friedel-Crafts reaction. You require benzene made to react with CH3Cl, chloromethane, in presence of anhydrous AlCl3. AlCl3, anhydrous AlCl3. So what do you end up getting? You end up getting toluene. So which are the reactants here? Benzene and chloromethane. So see which option has benzene and chloromethane? Benzene and chloromethane ಯಾವ option ಇದೆ ನೋಡೋಣ. Option A has benzene but no chloromethane. Wrong. Option B has benzene and chloromethane. Yes, that is right. Option B has benzene and chloromethane. That is correct. Very good. So that's question number 29. Yes, I think these are all the questions related to aromatic hydrocarbons. Yes, that brings us to the end of the second worksheet, hydrocarbons. Now we will go to our third worksheet. Dear students, ಎರಡು worksheet ಆಗಿದೆ, ಎರಡು first year chapters. Now we'll start with our